It's the Cable MTG Show.
I keep losing to this fucking Headliner Scarlet card. Usually, historically, I've taken Mother of Runes over it. Mother of Runes can just, like, brick some hands by itself, and it's this, like, really nice, efficient one-drop and such. I think I'm gonna grab the Scarlet. I think I'm gonna try Scarlet here. Unearth is an ability, yeah. Oh, sick little pack, huh? We're gonna make Grizzlebrand. I think the person to the right of me wanted to avoid this. I'm gonna take this Clamp, I think. Just ship it along, ship it on down the line. I am certainly a channel gamer. I like Chain Lightning a lot. I think I'm gonna grab this Barrogoyf. Well, we did just pass Reanimate stuff. Maybe it doesn't matter. I really like Barrogoyf. I think it's like absurdly good. White hasn't looked as super open. You could just take the Chain Lightning. I don't think there's anything wrong with the Chain Lightning or the Vista. Both are, like, almost certainly going to see play in our deck. Barrogoyf just, like, fucking carries games sometimes, though. Marsh Flats, Athari. Maybe I'll end up in Mardudu. A little Plunderer action here. So I'm just grab this Witch Enchanter. Vindicate's an option if I'm serious about the Barrogoyf. I don't know how serious I am, though. I guess there's a Baleful Master here, too. Sometimes you get Vindicate super late. We'll see if that happens. Not a coveted color pairing. Yeah, my Foot Heater's cached. It's giving me that weird flashy error message again. I might order another one literally right now so I don't forget. Y'all don't mind, do you? My job is so much better with warm feet. I might put shoes on today. Ooh, a Jacked Rabbit. Yeah, I brought up the tab, so I'll remember that I'm doing it later. I'm not gonna mess with it now. There were like way more options than I wanted to think about. I opened it up, I was like, that was a bad idea. You wear wool socks all the time. So when I was a kid, I didn't give a fuck about wool socks. But as an adult, I certainly, I became a believer just this last year. Maybe my circulation's getting worse as I age too. So like the difference is noticeable. I don't remember my feet getting cold very often at all when I was younger. So they always felt kind of like extra. Yeah, Merino wool. Merino wool is fucking great. Super comfy, and then they don't get like super sweaty and gross. They like dry out super nice. Wow, the Mother Runes wield. Hell yeah. Staff's pretty good with the Clamp and the Rabbit, but I'm gonna take the Mother Runes there. You wear wool even in the summer for work because you don't get blisters. Nice. Glad that works for you. Yeah, Giver, not as good as Mother Runes, but it has its spots, Why is there a hole in our curve? Because I haven't drafted any 2.5 card casting cost cards yet. Some nice black cards. Yeah, I mean, we can ditch the Barrogoyf, right? Currently, it's just the single card. And we know that there's multiple other black drafters. I'm gonna grab Squadron over Epic here. I like that Epic here is clampable. But I like that Squadron works well with this this Jacked Rabbit. And the Athari, have it spin out 3/3s is pretty sweet. Would it be a 2.5 mana card? It'd probably be a Jacked Rabbit, to be honest. Ooh, a Marsh Flats. What's my favorite jacked animal? I mean, the gorillas are really fucking ripped. People have estimated that gorillas can probably bench like between 800 pounds and like 1,000 summers. It's fucking nuts. The Vindicate did wheel. Kangaroo are pretty jacked. Kangaroo are pretty jacked. One reason that humans can, like, quote-unquote win boxing matches with kangaroos is they don't actually want to use their legs. Their legs are all their muscles, and when kangaroos use their legs in combat, like if they fought with each other and they used their legs, they would fuck each other up. They would get, like, seriously injured. So if you're, like, contesting, like, a mate, or you're just, like, squabbling with your buddy or whatever you are as a kangaroo, if you pull out the legs, you're gonna, like, get injured and just, like, die in the woods somewhere or whatever, right? But if you use your arms, they generally understand that, like, whoever is stronger punching each other in the face is also going to be stronger in their legs. They just assume that, like, if you're jacked in one place, you're jacked everywhere. And humans are not jacked in the legs, but when we punch a kangaroo in the face, they go, holy shit, this guy's fucking toughest. I can't fight this person, I'll get fucking rocked. And they just bail. So if you ever see a video of some Australian just, like, punching a kangaroo in the face and it running off, that's what's going on there. Yeah. I could try this Conqueror thing. Red hasn't felt very open. I mean, we got some really quality red cards, though. Oh my god. Ajani and Flage in the same pack? I'm grabbing the Ajani, but man, I hope that Flage comes back to me. You headed to the zoo now? You gonna try it out? Holy shit, Bombardiers and Solitude in the same pack? I'm gonna grab the Bombardiers. Bombardiers and Ajani are pretty sick together. Could grab a little Oliphant action. I kind of need the wins. Yeah, let's do this. Exactly, my lord. That's how it's been explained to me anyway. But if a kangaroo ever thought it was like life and death against a human, they would fuck him up. Let's skip this one. I like the Ancient Tomb. I'm thinking about, like, Amped Raptor here, though. Like, and most of the deck is a hit currently. Yeah, is this gonna, like, let me see my good 2-drops more often? Huzzah, Spawn. Hope it's goddamn delicious. I need to put it in a new tea order myself pretty soon. I've got, like, 2 boxes of green tea left. I've been out of black tea for a bit. Is this the Hamilton soundtrack? It is. Yeah, you have a good game. I guess I gotta grab that Burst Lightning, Kind of regret not grabbing that Chain Lightning earlier. Maybe foolish on my part. There's the Ghost Vacuum as an option. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Jafrick, thanks for 47 months. I don't think I'm playing Fabled. I don't want to play the Kellen. Well, Flame Slash is a nice pickup. Flage did not wheel. Skullcrack, that's a magic card. You might need a bigger mug. Yeah, I've got a ton of big mugs. This one's got a bunch of Lake Superior lighthouses all over it. Pretty nice. You feel silly at those tourist spots, spending like a ton of money on a mug, and then it lasts forever, and you just enjoy it forever. Like, all right. Also, if you've ever thrown clay before, right? A little more work than you'd think. Voice is decent, yeah, and the Shieldbreaker would be more of a sideboard card. Gross pack. If this had been my first pack, I would have a very different deck right now. Didn't even have a random duel or anything. Well, Guide of Souls is pretty good. Plays well with that Jacked Rabbit. So, The bombardment would probably wheel, but I'm not going to risk it. It's so good with the Johnny, right? It's just insane with the Johnny. Might play that Rabble Master too now. Hey, there we go. Yeah, we needed a duel, huh? We needed a duel for the Oliphant to the Marsh Flats to grab. Mana just got a lot better. This is the deck you're fucking around with in Highlander. Nice. I wonder what the odds are that I board in a Prismatic Ending. What kind of spot would I do that? Maybe someone had a bunch of Mox in the pop. There's an outside chance I want to board in Barrogoyf against like a red aggro mirror, and the Badlands would help with that. Well, I play Badlands anyway, right? If I already have the Sacred Foundry, Marsh Flats could get red still. Nah. So Static Prison is usually pretty mediocre, but we do have Guide of Souls here, so maybe it's a little bit better than usual. Thraben. I actually kind of a sick Thalia deck. I'm usually not high on Luris, but yeah, maybe we'd seen the Luris a little earlier. We'd lose like the Oliphant and the Witch Enchanter too in the mana base. Probably not worth. I might just play it anyway, just because this is the curve. Even the deck needs a trophy. I think that would fit this deck pretty well. I think I'm going to change something about this deck list. The size. I kind of want to play this Clarion Conqueror. I guess if I'm playing the Clarion Conqueror, it's a reason to not play the Wandering Emperor. It does shut off Flip to Johnny too, but that's okay. It shuts off Flip to Johnny, it shuts off Skull Clamp, but in terms of a Vintage Cube deck, I think that's like very low. It turns off activated abilities of creatures, so I can't protect it with Mother of Runes. Yeah, maybe it's a sideboard card. Yeah, I mean, we need cuts anyway. The Flickerous Spear is cute. We have like Pyrogoyf and Witch Enchanter in the mana base you can flip up. I think it's going to be the cut anyway. I guess that leaves like Thalia. I think the Thalia is amazing. Everything above its spot is a creature, so it's like not interacting with our curve at all. But I gotta cut something, right? Maybe Burst Lightning. Like Thalia with a Rabble Master. I'm usually not high on Rabble Master. I do like it better when you've got Bombardment here. And then we also have Squadron. So Rabble Master might be spitting out 2/2s. Prison's definitely staying in. Maybe I don't need like Descendant of Storms. I'll try this. That could have used a Mox or two, but, you know, whatever. So it's like 11 white, and then 10 red. No, it's 9 red. I think that makes sense. All of our 1-drops are white, like Burst Lightning and Flame Slash can come down later. Yeah, I like a turn 1 Guide of Souls, but there's no follow-up here at all. I guess. You think I could go 16 lands? I could. A couple of my lands are spellish, but you're not wrong. I considered playing Luris, yeah. Luris and Flicker Wisp were both later cuts as well. Yeah, you got it. We mapping? I wonder why they didn't map. Maybe they've got Spell Pierce or something. After this match, I need to remember to go get some shoes on or something. My toesies are not happy. I have to keep the room kind of cold because, like, my body heats up when I'm streaming. Big sweaty dude. Oh shit! What up? Hey, Paranoian. Thanks for the sob. Thanks for 24 months there. The 2 years. Still not cracking the map, huh? Well, it's interesting. Kind of feels like they're gonna flash that in 4-3 in, I don't think that changes my attack. I think I just gotta serve here. Playing around like the chance that they have a thing. There's so many things I could have right now. Cryptic or whatever. Might be a cast Olfont game. Snap a Mac Walk, sure. You don't see mono blue that often, but certainly home for Cryptic Command. Since they took out that enchantment, the one where you spread 1/1 counters around for extra cards to you. Is that what you're talking about? Urza, I might just be attacking with Goblin tokens next turn. They just found a treachery. Hate that for me. Gotta float the mana. Very dangerous card to run out knowing they have a treachery. I think I'm supposed to sack the Goblin, kill the Urza, huh? So they're taking 8 here, right? If we sack Rabblemaster at their face, that's another 5 damage. They go to 1. I think that's right. We don't have like a shitload of reach in here, but there's stuff like Goblin Bombardment and what? It turns off Ancient Tomb. Killing the Urza turns off a lot of mana too, though. Oh, one cool thing about Treachery is that it doesn't untap the creature. So they steal Broadside, but they don't get to attack this turn. Can they make enough blockers, huh? I was surprised the Urza didn't block a 2/2. I guess they didn't want me to be able to sack another Goblin token to clear it. What would you name the Revoker here? We know the deck. There's a few random walkers. Yeah, they need the new Elspeth. Certainly looks like we're doing token stuff here, right, with the Securitron squad. The name I was worried about was Bombardment, of course. Chandra, yeah, Chandra just like hitting immediately. Boo. Yeah, it's going to stabilize pretty nicely. Because now the Broadside can kill my Generous Plunderer when I run it out here. Oh, they cast in the Brazen. I dig it. Opponent's still at 1. Generous Plunder is good, but the Broadside isn't on board answer. Hot diggity. You love to see it. Alright, they're doing more artifact stuff. Clarion Conqueror's gotta be insane, right? It's gotta be fucking nuts. This could have landed on the draw. Our pack 1, pick 1 did as promised. Yeah, Headliner Scarlet. Proving its worth, It is very nice to cast it and win the game. I've had a lot of opponents doing that lately. Nice to turn the old tables every once in a while. Excuse me. You want to play Flicker Wisp just for Urza? Urza's a fine reason. Blinking the Witch Enchanter is good against artifacts too. I don't really like cutting any of this stuff though. Against like a typical artifact decks, the Burst Lightning would be a good cut because they don't have that many creatures. But it seemed like the opponent did a lot of stuff, Revokers and 3/1s and stuff. They're more of like a mono blue deck than they are an artifact deck, despite the Urza. I think while we're here in the sideboard, my opponent's using their time. I'm gonna run a quick ad break, and I'm gonna go get some shoes on because my feetsies are cold. All right. Hey everybody, thanks for being patient. My feet are so fucking happy that I did that. Bummer to mull the Conqueror there. This hand looks good though. Don't feel too bad for being away, cuz I am still ahead on time. Yeah, we're just gonna go turn 2 Thalia, turn 3 Clarion Conqueror, and hopefully that's great. Seems like it should be great, right? Oh, did they mull? They only have 3 cards in hand. Who else up? Smoking a dub in the tub. Conqueror would shut off Urza because it's a creature ability. It doesn't list exceptions for like mana abilities or whatever. Fair enough. Looks like they're just straight up missing white mana last game. As it turns my clamp back on. What are the odds of the Raptor hits? It's like 80% or something, right? We kind of have a stupid tight curve. Hello. So the Conqueror like ate a removal spell and the removal spell ramped me to Athari. Fucking great. A little bit worried about like treachery on Athari, I guess. Board's starting to look pretty Boros-y. Every time I play Stern Scolding, it just like rots in my hand. Never does anything. Even when I like just board it in when it's appropriate. My opponents have it turn 1 like so often. Maybe the other people just play it way more often than me, so they like naturally have it more often. But just been my experience. Yeah. I think I'm supposed to power wave through the bat rather than route the Scarlet on form. Gonna offer the trade here. I didn't want to trade with 2 1/1s, but I'm down to trade with the Bob. No, my Pyrogoyf was a lie! Fair enough. Bob revealed the planes. Would have been nice to get this Ophelia down much earlier, huh? Would have made the experience a little worse. Oh, I'm just dead, yeah. It's weird, but that game made me want to play the Shadow Spear. Voice Victory looks really good against them. Oh, there are too many counters. Voice Victory is really good with Guide, too. And Guide's really good with the Jacked Rabbit. And could just work out. Clamp also good with Voice Victory. Yeah, they're drawing with Library. I wonder if that's just too slow. Guess we'll see what they got. Bye, Clamp. Ooh, that doesn't seem like a good one. Yeah, our best hit here would be a Goblin Bombardment. That might actually just straight up be lethal. We want the Jacked Rabbit last. And then Guide of Souls. See, so the Guide of Souls then gets to pump the Jacked Rabbit, and then the Jacked Rabbit's going to be 4 power, going to spit out 4 more 1/1s, and so they're going to take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage from attacks, and then we're spitting out another 4, so yeah. It's just very lethal. Think about cutting a land on the draw again. You just kind of, yeah, that is what virtue does, sir. So I don't know why you're just saying card text in chat. That's the best you've seen, Guide of Souls? Yeah, kind of got to do everything there, huh? They're Luris stack, so they're playing creatures that get around Luris, and then they've got a few counters. The Lion Sash can make can eat like half Lingering Souls, or it could make Luris a little bit more awkward. My reasoning behind boarding that in. I know they have Duress in, which kind of makes me want to bend the Clamp, but Clamp seems insane against them otherwise. Especially if I get like the Rabbit going or something. Thought about bidding the 3rd land here on the draw. Yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting them to grab. Should probably fetch soon. Still have that awesome 4-drop on the bottom of my library from my mom. Shovel it in. Hate that. I'm sorry, Guide of Souls. You're gonna be awesome. I can't say no to that value, though. They animate dead there. The bat does not have power, so it doesn't carry Numazawas very well. I wonder if they missed that their bat is not going to be able to collect Numazawa's counters. Or maybe they just like literally need to keep the Bombardiers from doing its thing for a turn. I think it's tomorrow now. Good luck with your store run. The quest for the green. So you block the Rabble Master, and then you trade, but then the Umezawa's counter like kills, you know. I think it's better off to block the token, make them re-equip. Not threaten to kill my rabbit. Oh, they didn't re-equip. Interesting. Should I draw some cards, or should I trade with some goblins? Let's keep drawing cards. I think we're gonna have a dope turn next turn. Assuming they don't draw anything too rockin' on me. No, that was pretty rockin'. Yeah, I wanted to kick the squadron, or maybe just play, kick this before attacking with the Jacked Rabbit and just like make a shitload of 2/2s and stuff. At least I ended with the clamp on it, so I get to draw 2, but yeah, I don't have a ton of answers to that Umezawa's. I would have boarded a little bit different if I had Halo. That I would describe as an answer. Yeah, it kind of has been clamp versus Umezawa's, huh? Kind of funny. Trading makes a lot of sense here and gives them like less lands off wins. And then we'll go to clamp the Mother Runes and they'll burn a counter. Only have 1 extra mana from the winds, so didn't want to keep more 1/1s alive for that reason. Be a very embarrassing days here. Whiffs. Sorry, none of these 7 cards are a duress target. Could go for lethal here. I don't hate it. Could broadside and connect for 2. I kind of like playing the plunder and putting clamp on it. Oh, no, I won't do that because then they can kill it with Umazawas. Well, hold on, what am I doing then? They have Lurse in hand. Animate dead in the graveyard. I don't think that matters much, huh? Yeah, I'm just gonna attack. Attack the clamp. They're low enough, I think that's fine. Sick. Back-to-back finals? I don't hate that. I don't hate that. A little bit more power than that. From what we saw. My taking turns deck yesterday was awesome. Yeah, that deck was sick, I know it was a good deck because I was telling my fiance about it afterwards. We were talking about our days. I don't usually do that. I don't usually. So hear me out. This deck was something special. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Chucklin Wolf thinks the saw things are 23 months. You got it. Well, they scoured me and they got my Goblin Bombardment. That Bombardment was going to be sick with the Rabble Master. The Crocus could have bounced Philia. I thought there was a good chance that happened. I figured that either the Crocus would bounce Philia or they'd play a white card that kills something. Hot diggity. Yeah, usually True Name Nemesis is a really good brick wall for aggro decks, but the guide of the Giver runes protecting my creatures they attack because I like built up in a wide board, right? One way to beat that. Kind of forgot they played the Monolith for a second, but Conqueror should come in, huh? You wonder if there's a viable Goblin Bombardment deck in Legacy? I've kind of wondered the same thing. How did True Name Nemesis get Vigilance? It didn't. Yeah, my last draw was a lot better, where I was firing off the doggone tomb. Ripped it just in time. There's an energy deck that plays a couple. Cool. Yeah, I think the modern decks were only playing 2, right? Yeah, Giver Runes can't protect itself, so there's no reason to hold back with it. Assuming they're nabbing that Athari here. Well, if Cavern's already doing something, Mike, then like your opponent's counters probably aren't very good. You got a list that got second to the challenge recently. This deck looks good. I'm not sure about the Arabella. I mean, that's the one weird thing out. Yeah, Voice of Victory is nuts. Seeing 3 Swords to Plowshares is so fucking weird to me. That's bizarre. And Discharge over Lightning Bolt. I get it. I mean, you're doing the energy thing, so you play Discharge, but I love the one of Staff. That's so cute. Silences in the sideboard. No Flage. He said he hated the Chrome Moxes, but liked the rest of the deck. Yeah, the Chrome Moxes don't seem great. So, like, typically in a Chrome Mox deck, the real thing that it's doing is, like, it's skipping your curve. You're going, like, straight to your 2s. You're playing, like, Chalice of the Void on turn 1 or some shit. This deck has, like, some quality 2s. It also has, like, some really excellent 1s. With Ocelot Pride and Guide of Souls. I think I'd rather play, like a couple Mother of Runes here. Like, just play a couple more 1-drops than play these Chrome Moxes. Or a Solitude or some shit. You know, just more things. Just more gas. I'm a huge Chrome Mox lover, so if I'm like, that doesn't look great, it's probably not amazing. Opponent has all the mana up in the universe over there. Lotus Petal. I think I prefer Lotus Petal to the Chrome Mox, but not by much. Oh, that's cute. So they have another path for the Thari as well. They're killing the Giver there, I think. Oh shit, they didn't though. Oh, that's awkward as hell. Because they stifle it so then it'll be just a regular fucking stupid bird that they get to trade with. I don't have any other rebels. I guess I sack and kill the flyer, huh? I could hit them for 7. I could do them 9 down to 5 life here. I guess I'll do that. I guess I'll just fucking hit you for all the damage in the universe. You twist my arm. Pretty good Tidebinder. It's a great fucking Tidebinder. Scarlet's gonna cost 6, yeah.